This is Josh Atwell from SolidFire here at VMware Partner Exchange 2015. I'm here with VMware's Rawlinson Rivera and Keith Norbie of SolidFire, and we're here to talk a little bit about our integration with vRealize automation. Now, I want to start with you, Rawlinson. Where did this start, this project that you started and that we worked with you on? How did it begin?
So I started on the project, it started with the, when we first introduced Virtual SAN, right? And that was a product that delivered the ability to use policies, a policy framework, which introduced a certain level of agility and reduced management, some of the value that it introduces from a storage perspective. So going beyond that, I saw the need for, we need to be able to do that same model across any type of storage platform that's within vSphere. Everyone should be able to do this kind of stuff, regardless of what it is. So I developed a way of having the policy framework, which lives within vSphere, storage policy-based management, so that we can actually have within vRealize, in collaboration with VCO, you're able to actually dynamically pull the policies that are created within vSphere based on the particular arrays that you may have and their capabilities and however you want to manage them, and then expose them individually to a service catalog that is centralized. This way it allows any consumer, whether it might be an end user, it might be an infrastructure kind of a type of use case, to have agility with control and be able to do these sort of things in deployments at scale, right? So being able to basically abstract any sort of storage knowledge from a hardware perspective, from a volume perspective, and say, look, I need X type of services. I need this VM to have this particular object with this particular data service, with this particular replication, with this particular IOPS requirement, and that was the thing that drove that sort of integration, which now expands across all different types of storage platforms.
And personally, I find all of that extremely exciting. Which leads me to the next question. This is for you, Keith, and I'll hand you the mic so that I'm not reaching across Rawlinson here. So Keith, how did you find out about this project that Rawlinson was working on, and what was that discussion like to say, hey, SolidFire and this are going to be a really good match?
Yeah. Thanks. The real secret is that it's just that Rawlinson came with something called Project Magic, and that caught my attention and said, we already have such great integration and future road mapping with VMware in both today's implementation as well as the future of vSphere and the future of the software-defined data center. The real big thing to go next in terms of integration is up the chain into the application build and automation. So vRealize automation is really that platform. Rawlinson had all the underpinnings for what was the vision that I think you've been really trying to do and be about at SolidFire, which is automation and framework. And there was nothing more exciting for us to do that. So we got the chance to get VMware some SolidFire nodes. We got a chance to have them dig into what our architecture does. And together we really built a fantastic tech preview video that you can see very soon at SolidFire that will show you the complete build of applications with very specifically exposed capabilities that go beyond just what you'd normally ask an application to get, which is, how much capacity, how much, performance, and maybe some backup attributes. We're really able to go deeper. Encryption, not encryption, QoS settings, things like that. And so that's what we layered our specific value into a lot of the underpinnings of what Rawlinson and his team already kind of put together.
That's great, Keith. So Rawlinson, back to you. Now that you've been working with SolidFire, you've had access to the equipment. We've worked on this project together, and seeing the direction that SolidFire is taking with VMware around vVols and with automation, VR API and the other integrations we're doing with vRealize Orchestrator. What are the type of things that you see are going to be the future with, and it's not exclusive to SolidFire, but of course specifically does, that you're going to start seeing realized moving forward with projects such as this?
Well, I can tell you that in today's world, when you think about, we use different types of storage subsystems, whether it might be mixed environment, as a customer may have to still coexist with something that's outdated as they move forward. An investment that's already been made can be just simply discarded. So there's a point in time where the lifetime and life cycle where until it gets to the point where we get rid of and get all the new stuff in, you have to still be able to coexist. This integration gives you that. It's above any sort of, it abstracts the particular aspect of any type of hardware and it exposes the value, the capabilities that you want at an application level. This works across the platform, whether today you do virtual volumes, whether you do VMFS, or any type of infrastructure that supports the data system, the data store systems that are compatible within vSphere. And that's the way it should be. Right now we can truly achieve agility and control in a scalable model at any level, at any layer. But also one of the things that's really important is that it's not just the technology that's being introduced that's really making the impact. That's one. But the bigger impact is the operational factor that you're introducing. The most difficult thing to absorb in any infrastructure, in any well-oiled machine, is change. And how you introduce that change from an old model to a new model, it's how you get to be to the point where you're successful and you achieve all these agility requirements and all these things that people are after, right? Now, with this sort of integration, particularly on the SolidFire solution, you'll be able to use many different types of array if you want to do that, to offer different services for different requirements, different execution zones, and manage it more effectively, and also be able to reduce a lot of the risks that are taken when we do things manually.
Yeah, and as an operations guy, long time, for me, being able to see the realization that this is the true software-defined data center where everything is, in the hands of the people who are actually consuming, getting what they need, and the infrastructure is reactive to those needs and the changes of those needs. Absolutely. So I do want to thank you, Rawlinson and Keith, for the work that you did to get this started and put together. I'm really glad that we were able to provide this tech preview here at VMware Partners Exchange, and between us and a couple of our friends back home, I'm actually kind of excited what I think we're going to see closer to VMworld as well.
Stay tuned. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right, so this is Josh. This is Josh Atwell with Rawlinson Rivera and Keith Norbie signing out.
Peace.